And everybody that was attacking me, it just so happened that this one guy was running everybody's social media page.
Yeah. They all managed by the same person?
Correct. Coincidence? I think not. I don't know.
So we here with Rob Cervoni from Pizza Taglio.
Today, you're getting robbed. Like, this is me.
What is the things that you changed that actually made the business better?
One day, I just walked in. I said, close the kitchen.
But what was your lowest point?
One of my best guys leave because I closed the kitchen because he said, I got to go get a different job because you're going to fail now.
With $600,000 a year, it's not enough.
It's not enough. I was losing money.
My first answer was like, you crazy. You don't go against Tempero.
I've been called crazy many times.
Yeah. There's pizza war going on in Long Island. Who's your opponent of this war? What are you guys fighting for?
There's one thing about me, I don't lie. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I always stayed away from talking about this pizza war, but I think it got to a point where people want answers. When you go back to your place and then you copy every single thing from the pricing to the pizza to the menu to the boxes to the hero boxes.
Would you call that a smart decision to copy you?
Genius. Now you basically just admitted Rob was better.
You knew that this was not going to work out.
I thought it was a 50-50 shot if egos could be checked.
In my opinion, you cannot keep a lion in a cage.
Do you ever hear me fighting with Umberto's? You can't buy your product being good. You can't buy customers coming into your store. You can't buy having a personality on Instagram. That's what Anthony from Phil's He says, haters bring you to the top.
The most important question of all is, so we here with Rob Cervoni from Pizza Taglio. Very good friend of mine. I met him when he was in Mineola. I remember that at one point you were about to quit.
I was.
Is that true?
Yeah, man. I mean, business is hard.
I know.
Especially I opened in 2018, Mineola. 2018, 2019, COVID hits, and that's when my wife was pregnant during COVID. Business was not great. I'm the new kid on the block introducing a brand new style of pizza.
It's like,
to Long Island. It's like, come on, man.
You were one of the first or the first, I think.
I was
you were the first
for Roman style pizza on Long Island. So it was introducing a new product in a shit location, which on paper, the location looked good. But I was like 6 years ahead of all the Mineola transformation.
I think I still think it's not like not A+ location. No parking.
It's a C- location.
It's a C- location.
But my thought is, if you could make it there, you could make it anywhere.
I agree,
especially on Long Island. But there was a lot of catalysts that need to happen for that location to be successful. But yeah, man, there's a lot of times where I was like,
there was a point. There was a point that you say, you know what, fuck this. I think I'm just gonna close it because I don't know if people know, but you have had the business that you are involved in.
Yeah.
I use one of your business.
Yeah. So we build. Me and my business partner, we built custom homes and new homes. So that was booming during COVID. That was like a crazy...
and it's still
booming. Yeah, Long Island real estate market is crazy. So it was, do I stick with this pizza thing that's an unsure thing, but my passion? I love cooking. I love doing it.
Or you go all
Or
in.
do I have a pregnant wife at home that I need to provide for a child now? Do I go into a business that's booming right now where he's one man doing it? Can I provide help to him so we could maybe double or triple the amount of houses that we could build? So it was a.
But you were doing both.
I was doing both.
When I met you, you were looking at Zillow and on Toast at the same time.
Correct. I was doing the real estate side of stuff. Because I'm a little bit of a wheeler dealer. Like I like to negotiate. I like to make deals happen. Whereas my business partner is more regimented. He wants to build a house, build a quality house. He's precise. So we match well in that.
The company is called Novo.
Development.
Shout out to Danny. If you guys looking to build a house, he built my house.
Yeah, he built my house too.
Okay, unbelievable work. Work.
Yeah, we do a great job. So the base of that business is buying older homes that are knockdowns. We knock them down, build new, and then we sell them. So almost like flipping, but yeah, that was booming. And the person that made me not quit was actually my dad. I remember during Easter, during COVID, the world was shut down. My wife's pregnant. We went upstate. I said, let me come up here for a week or 2 weeks. It was just me and her celebrating Easter. And I was doing a lot of soul searching. She was trying to tell me, don't give up. And then my dad would call me, and I pretty much was like, you know what? Like, what if we just don't open it? Right? I have an excuse, right? I could say, well, I failed because of COVID, right? I didn't fail because my product's not good. I didn't fail because I didn't work hard enough.
You have an excuse.
I had an excuse.
Yeah.
I had a built-in excuse. I talk a lot of shit, Mike.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, no, I know.
So at that point, I was really trying to make a name for myself, whether in a good way or a bad way. But yeah, like I know a lot of people always want someone to fail. Like that's just the human nature. It's a very strange thing.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't
know why.
But when we talk about the failure, because people that are listening, they want to know like at what point someone thinks that it's like it's not good anymore. Let's shut down. I don't want to talk about yourselves today, but what was your lowest point when you decide? What was your lowest point when you say, you know what, this is not even worth it?
Yeah, I mean, 10,000 a week, 15,000 a week, something like that. Yeah. And then especially because before COVID, we were growing. We were at 15, and then we'd go to 16, then 18, and I just couldn't crack that 20,000 a week.
I remember.
Number.
I remember. We talked about it. Yeah.
And I was just like, this is not worth it. We're like it. All this work I'm doing, I'm here, open to close every single day.
And you still were doing $600,000 a year. And you think that with $600,000 a year, it's not enough.
It's not enough. I was losing money.
You were losing money.
Yeah, you're losing $600,000 a year between labor costs and food costs
But that's for you, or you think it's in general? Like anybody that has a business that is about 600 that grows about $500,000 to $600,000 a year should be looking at something else.
Yeah. My opinion, you gotta be able to at least pay yourself a salary that's worthwhile for you to live.
Yeah.
But they say, oh, if you're making $600,000, you should take 20% to the bottom line. That's not true. You have to get past the threshold of break even.
Yeah.
Then you start to talk about, okay, 20% to the bottom line, 10% to the bottom, whatever your profit margin is.
And what do you think in today's state, the way the market is going, what do you think is a fair, like a restaurant that is doing this much at the store level profit margin is doing very good?
As far as profit margin, what's a good profit margin? I would say 18 to 25% is nice. Well, look, you got to remember, I'm selling pizza, so I'm selling dough, sauce, and cheese.
No, but I'm talking about profit. In general, like a food business.
Food business. I think if you could take 15% to the bottom line.
Yeah. So the average national, it's 8 to 15.
Yeah.
That's the average national, 8 to 15, and 15 is like really, really good.
Yeah.
So you're
teaching me something, which is making me feel good because my profit margins are way above that. So
which is great. Which is great.
Yeah.
So, by the way, sometimes it's good having the profit margin way above the national average. It could be good, but in the long term, it could play against you. I give you an example. If your food cost, I'm not saying it's your case, but if your profit margin is 25% because your food cost is like a 15 or 20, that means that you selling, like the cost of that you sell to the customer is higher than it's supposed to be, technically. But if you get those money and you get those profit margin, that means you're doing something good. So I think there is a lot to learn from what you're doing, and there is also a lot to learn with what the national benchmark is.
Yeah.
So you say that you love to make deals.
I love that. Yeah.
That's why you got into the housing market and Minneola. But if you would go back during that COVID period that you were about to fail, or you decided that you want to just quit, what did you change that, besides the social media part, we would talk about it, but in terms of operation, because we want to talk about operation, we want people to learn. What is the things that you change that actually made the business better?
I made a drastic change.
Yeah, I know that.
When I went back to work, I said, let me really look at my numbers and see where can I cut. And food cost for me was extremely high. At that point in my business, I was copying a business model of a traditional Long Island pizzeria that had baked clams, fried calamari, this and that. I had a kitchen. I had 2 chefs in the kitchen that I was paying. I'm buying veal. I'm buying this.
And
nobody's buying it. Nobody's selling. One day, I just walked in. I said, close the kitchen. And I made the hardest fire of my life was firing my chef at the time, who was the nicest guy, never caused me problems, showed up on time, worked his ass off.
The highest paid, probably, in the
was
company.
One of the higher paid. And I just was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry, and I will do anything to help you find another job. But it's either I do this or this place closes.
So the first step, shut down the kitchen.
Yep.
So basically shrink your menu.
Shrink my menu, completely eliminate my menu. I eliminated everything except pizza.
Okay, and that helped with the cost.
That helped with the cost, but it also helped me to focus on the thing that I wanted to be known for, which was giving the best pizza on Long Island that I could possibly give.
Yeah.
So, which is what it did. So I just buckled down on dough and dough science and toppings and said, okay, I have buffalo chicken. How can I make it better? Instead of, how can I sell more veal marsalas?
Yeah.
How can I make my buffalo chicken that everybody loves already? How can I make it better?
Yeah.
You know, so that was my focus. Then slowly, as I had a grip on everything, then I would add salads. And I think I was talking to you too. You're like, you got to have 3 salads, 3 banging dressings. Like, you know, then you say, okay, well, you know, we have chicken cutlet already, or we have grilled chicken for the salads. You know, what's the difference if I just make a hero? And then so we slowly started adding things.
So in the beginning, just so everybody's clear, in the beginning, the first step was to cut down the cost, right? Because you cannot sustain, with the number of sales, you cannot sustain the cost.
No.
So you made the smart decision to eliminate what was not selling. And by eliminating what was not selling, obviously your food costs went down, but also your payroll, because you eliminated the chef.
Food costs, everything went down, yeah.
And they give you the opportunity to focus more on the things that actually matter in your business, which was pizza.
Correct.
So that's the part where you cut down the cost. Then what's the part where you try to, like, what did you do to try to increase your sales, which, like, on top of social media?
Yeah, I would go around to the hospital, neighborhood businesses, you know, hand out my menu, do samplings, just bring them pizza. Because you got to understand, I'm doing something different, just like you with the Italian tacos, right? You're doing a different thing.
Yeah.
When people come into my place, still to this day, they're like, all you have is Sicilian pizza, or you don't have like that.
They're not educated.
They're not educated on what Roman style is, how it's made, why is it different.
Yeah, it takes a lot of money in customer acquisition, because you have to explain a new product.
Correct. So it was really just me trying to educate, and that's where social media came into play and everything. But that, I remember, I think 2 months into me cutting the kitchen out was like the second month after that was my first profiting month.
Yeah.
And I had one of my best guys leave because I closed the kitchen, because he said, I got to go get a different job because you're going to fail now. Because you closed the kitchen. It was an old school mentality.
Oh, of course.
Of having of the pizzeria.
You're going to close.
He's like, you're going to close now.
Yeah.
And then even my pizza man, who's still with me, my guy Will, he even says to me to this day, he's like, I remember when you closed that kitchen, and I was like, holy shit, this is going to close in 2 months.
Yeah.
And at that second month, I remember being profitable. I was like, holy shit, like that worked.
Oh, so that's when you start to get profitable.
That's when I started to get profitable.
Wow. How long it took?
About 2 months after I closed the kitchen. Because
No, but how long it took from the beginning from the beginning of the business?
3 years.
So that, you know what that tells me? That tells me that you don't give up. Number one, you have freaking balls. 3 years and no profit.
Yeah.
And it give you that energy and that knowledge. They say, you know what? I can't go on like this. I have a wife.
Yeah.
Like my dad is helping me, but I can't go on like this. I have to start to make some money.
To be honest, like everyone thinks like my dad was like paying my way through that thing. It wasn't. Me and Danny were funding it through the houses that we were making money. If I didn't have that business with Danny, I would have gone out of business. I would have had to get a job. There was no survival.
Yeah, but you know what? like I'm going to the bank.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have $6 million to open up 5 places.
Yeah.
So I'm going to the bank. The bank is lending me money.
Yeah.
If the bank was called dead, it would have made no difference. I'm just saying. It would have made zero. It would have made easy. The process would have been easier, the approval process. But he's still going to believe in me in order to give me the money.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in old debt things. I think that's overplayed from other people on you. Everybody finds excuses to find why someone is successful.
It's crazy.
I think the debt part has nothing to do with it. I went to the bank to get the money. I didn't have the money, and I could still be successful. The biggest company in the world, Apple, has trillions of dollars in debt. So you need to have debt in order to grow. Now, where the debt comes from, it doesn't really matter. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, look, man, I'm very fortunate to have a father who believed in me and helped me to grow and follow my dreams. But what people don't understand is, like, I had a business before the pizzeria that was still open when I opened the pizzeria. I had a frozen yogurt. I was a franchisee of a frozen yogurt chain called 16 Handles. That was very successful. Yeah. So I already had that, and it was a paid-off, debt-free business that was making money. And then I had the house building, and the pizza thing was more of a passion project to see what happens.
It was
to see what happens. It ended up taking 100% of my time, though, which was unexpected. But
and that's to be honest with you, I would talk about that in a little while. But that's what actually shocked me, because I met you 5 years ago or something like this. No, probably not less. 2-3 years ago.
Maybe more.
More. Okay, around there.
Yeah.
And I think that you are a completely different person, and I'll explain it why. But you like to make deal. And one day I received a phone call from you and say, Mike, I look at this place in Massapequa, and it's right next to Umberto's in Massapequa. Yeah. What do you think? My first answer was like, you crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't go against Umberto.
I've been called crazy many times.
Yeah. I say, you don't go against Umberto. That's against the policy.
The Long Island policy.
I was like, I don't think it's the smart move. I don't think it's the right move. But because you are who you are, and you are crazy, you made a couple of phone calls to get approval, and then and then you actually took the place, and that place was took by a phone call, because you like to make deal. You call somebody, right?
Well, I called. I saw a phone number on the thing. I called. I said, "Is this available? Can I see it?" I walked in there. I said, "All right, I'll take it." And then I looked at the back door. I see Umberto's. Is right there.
He opened up. The first phone call that he made was,
I think it was to you.
Yeah, it was like, Mike, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That's crazy.
I called a lot of people.
You called a lot of people. I thought that you talked to Gaetano too.
I called Gaetano. At first, he was cool with it. I don't think he understood how close it was, and then he was not okay with it. But Gaetano's a good dude, and that's why I called him. We were friends before that, and I felt like, listen, man, like, this is just business, and it wasn't. We have two different products.
I agree. Yeah, like right now.
Like, I still don't sell like food the way they sell food, and
it's a different business,
and we still coexist. And actually, when I first opened there, I was told that they increased their sales increased.
It's always like that.
Yeah,
you know, like when I open up on 7th Street, guac shop sales went up.
Correct.
Because you bring more people to the area, so that's great. Yeah. So you got Massapequa. I don't know if you saw my interview with Luke, but Luke said that you can open up a place with 100,000. Would you believe that that's true?
No. Look, what Luke is doing is a different business model, but my equipment alone is over 150,000.
No, I agree, but Luke is a very professional individual. He's 26 years old. That I respect a lot. I learned to respect him a lot, because what he built, it's something extraordinary. And the guy has a lot of knowledge on a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And thanks to him, like, I'm doing better on third party, because I follow some of this, the things that he does, which I thought was crazy. But I said, like, let me try, and it actually works. So I believe when he say you can open up a place for 100,000, I don't understand how, like, I want to actually spend more time with them to understand how, because I would love to. But you didn't spend 100,000 in there.
In Massapequa?
Yes.
No.
Not how much it cost you?
Well, we just expanded with the bar. So let's talk all in with the bar. I am about 1.3 million.
1.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 1.3 million, how many square feet?
The original was 1,800 square feet with the basement. We redid the whole basement. I have a dough room down there, and then we added the bar, which was like another. So I on the first spot it was about $1 million, with equipment, everything, soup to nuts, everything, and I went all out. And
I know that.
And the basement's crazy. Then we added another 300,000 for the bar.
300. So 1.3. Now, if you like, I have a place in Holbrook opening. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to cost me around there, 1.3. Okay. Yeah. But it's 4,400 square feet.
Yeah. So I learned we're just under 3,000 with the bar. Yeah.
Okay. And if you will have to open up another place, which I think you would you do things different?
Yes.
Or you like the way this came out and the money that you spent?
So this is a great layout. The money was well spent. It's a super profitable store. It's a busy store. But I have a nice comparison now between Mineola and Massapequa. And what I learned, was, so I have my big store and I have my small store.
Yeah.
What I learned was the small store's profit margins are higher, but obviously you're not bringing in as much money, and it's much easier to run, much lower labor, much lower headaches, much lower expenses.
That's actually a great question that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What matters more to you, the profit margin or the dollar amount?
Profit margin.
Profit margin.
Profit margin, because it's my investment in Mineola was $500,000, and profit margin is 20 to 25% every month. So it's and then you got a Massapequa, which is 15 to 18 to 20 on a really, really good month. But
that's double the sum.
But I gotta be in Massapequa. I gotta be there every single day. It's a big operation, especially now with the bar.
Yeah, but let's put it this way. Let's assume that those are all assumption numbers, just to make people understand.
Yeah.
Let's assume you do $10,000 in a small store. $10,000. I'm talking about weekly.
Yep.
And you are at 25% profit.
Yep.
Right. So now you make $2,500.
Yep.
Now you open up a big store that costs you a lot more to open, almost double.
Yeah.
And you do 100,000.
Yeah.
And your profit margin go down to 10%.
Sure.
Now you are at 10,000.
Yeah.
Compared to 2,500.
Yeah.
Now the first one is a 25% profit. The second one is only a 10% profit. Which one would you open? You get my question?
I understand what you're saying. It's there's two things I'm taking into account. How many am I going to open, and what did it cost me to open it? So I look at, if I could open 5 stores for $500,000 versus 2 or 3 stores for $1.5 million each.
Yeah.
I'm taking the 5 stores. Because there's so many factors, Mike. But
there's so many factors. So the way I do it, just so you know, the way I do is I would grab, like, if Mineola costs you $500,000 and you do $2,500 a week, right? You do. Can you get a calculator, Ryan? So if you do, what's 500 divided by 2,500? So you grab the $500,000 the cost to build, divide by the profit, 2,500. What's that?
I understand where this is going to end up. Look. It's going to end up in favor of the bigger stores because I know you love big stores.
Yes. I love big. 200. Now do 1.3 million divided by 15,000.
I see what you're going to say. You're going to say
86.66.
Okay, so the first one, the small store that costs you 500 and you make $2,500 in profit, it's going to take 200 weeks to get back your investment.
Yeah.
The big one, you spent 1.3, but in 86 weeks at a 15% margin, you get your money back. So I agree with you that the small has less headache.
That's all it is. It's easier for me to run small locations.
But if you want to go, easy, like if you open up something just because it's easier, you're never gonna get rich off of it.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
Yeah. So it everything has to be about numbers.
100%. The way you operate, you bring in a lot of talent and a lot of help. And I tried to bring in a lot of talent and
you
a lot
can
of help, and it's just
you can with 2 stores.
Yeah, no,
you
can't. You can't.
You can.
Yeah.
You can attract. I bring like right now. I bring in a lot more talent than I used to, and the company's the same.
Yeah.
It's just the thing is, people need to believe in what you believe in order to work for you.
Yeah.
But I think, but my personal opinion is that you, Rob Cervoni, Rob Cervoni is worth a lot more than Taglio's worth. That's my
at this point. Yeah.
That's my professional opinion. I think you are Taglio.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, you made a name for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You are a personality. And I think, which we get in a little bit, but I think I should have paid for you to be here with me. I think I should have paid you to sit down and have a talk to me. And listen, it comes from someone that it's all about business.
Yeah.
That's all I think about all day long.
Yeah.
It's about money.
Yeah.
Now, besides the fact that your quality, your pizza, it's delicious and everything else, I think you create that personality. That number one, it's very hard to be copied because you can copy a brand, you can copy a pizza, you cannot copy a personality. That's hard.
Yeah.
But the most important question of all is: does Rolex really give you superpower?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know why you don't wear your Rolexes.
I don't wear mine.
You're too
I don't
good.
wear mine. No, I don't wear mine.
Listen, Rolexes give you a lot of superpowers. I didn't think
I was gonna bring a box here, and I was like,
look,
no, but I love Rolex.
Yeah.
I love
Mike,
Rolex.
I don't have many hobbies or many, like my wife's like, why don't you play golf? Why don't you?
I like watches.
I like watches.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't even like fancy cars.
No.
I like watches, and I like to go upstate hunting. That's my two things. So like my dad always yells at me when I get new watches, but it's
an investment too.
I look at it as if I have $25,000 in the bank, right? And it's just sitting there and it's collecting interest, fine. But I could also put that $25,000 on my wrist. And if I ever need the money...
Hold on, that's bullshit. Because the way I think is this, right? You should buy... I call those, in my mind, I call those stupid purchase. And again, I have 8 of them.
Yeah.
So
very stupid. Makes no sense.
Stupid purchase.
I have a phone that tells me does the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is you are allowed to buy stupid things, but it's gonna do 3 filters. Number one is, do you have the actual money to pay for it? It's not a debt. It's not a credit card. Did you have the money to pay for it? If the first filter is yes, then you go to the second one. Do you have the money to buy 2? You don't have to buy 2, but do you have the money to buy 2 without a problem? If the second filter is yes, then you do the third one is, do the money come from passive income, or it's money that I actually worked to earn? Because those money I won't invest it. The money that I invested produced passive income, like the houses market.
Yeah.
If those money comes from there and the other 2 filters are checked off, then I purchase. So I know that you do it that way.
Check.
Yeah, I know that you do it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if someone is starting to make some money, and the first thing they're going to do, they're going to go buy a Rolex because they think that they're going to give you, based on what, superpower, that's stupid. But also, do not buy a Rolex if you're working for the money.
Exactly. I mean, see, Rolex for me is not a status symbol. It's not that. I appreciate craftsmanship in it. I appreciate its heritage. I appreciate its story. And to me, they're like little art pieces on your wrist. And they're also, when I buy a watch, it's not just like, oh, I like it, I want to get it. They have to symbolize something in my life that has happened, like whether it be the birth of my daughter or something like that.
Something.
Yeah, So
what are you wearing today?
Right now, I am wearing a new reference.
A new reference.
Stainless steel blackface Daytona.
Gorgeous. That's a $30,000 watch.
This is a $30,000 watch.
That you have on your wrist. And by the way, stickers is like 12, 13.
Yeah. I got a good deal. Shout out Collectors of Mass. If you need watches.
Yes.
Collectors.
What's his name?
Collector
Massapequa.
Collectors.
Okay.
Collectors. They have. I buy all my watches there.
Okay. Stop.
Huh?
You gotta stop.
I know I gotta stop. Eddie and Vinny.
Okay, good. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Yeah.
But you know what? Now it's becoming like a sick obsession where I'm like,
that's terrible.
Once I get sick of one, I trade it in and I get something different.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's the beauty
Okay, so that's
of
good.
it.
Yeah,
like
that's
right now,
value.
everyone thinks I have like 50 watches. Right now, recently I traded in like 6 and got one Big Daddy watch.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't wear it.
Yeah,
because I feel weird wearing it.
Yeah, me too. Stainless steel, it's fine to wear. A full gold, don't wear. I wore my Cartier, but the Rolex.
Great watch.
Yeah, I love it. And listen, men don't have a lot of things to wear.
No,
like it's not like women. You wear a purse
My wife
and
got
this,
15 Chanel
shoes
bags,
and this. Like men, they don't wear jewelry.
No.
So the only thing that we wear is a watch. So if you had the possibility to buy a watch. Buy a watch, but that's not what started the pizza war.
No, it just gives you superpowers.
It gives you superpower.
It does. So that's what the pizza.
Hold on, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So Rolex was not the reason, but there is this pizza war going on in Long Island. Now, a lot of pizzeria, they don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to get involved with the pizza war.
I don't blame
them.
And
a lot of them, they're getting involved. Now, the question is this, okay? A war. It's between 2 or multiple people. That's what a war. And people fighting for like something. So, in your opinion, because if you started, who's your opponent of this war, and what are you guys fighting for?
To be honest,
yes.
So the backstory is this. I'm not going to name names.
No
They
names.
know exactly who they are, and everyone watching this is going to know who they are. I had a guy that I brought in to work with me who had his own pizzeria with other business partners, and I brought him in. And me, Mike, there's one thing about me. I don't lie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I brought in a guy, and that did 2 things for me, right? I saw this guy as a threat because he's talented.
Okay. Before you mention, because I know what you're talking about, maybe this guy will have a chance to answer you on this, or maybe he will have a chance to do a face-to-face.
That will break the internet, but yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care. I
know you. Listen, I know both of you, okay? Yeah. And both of you, in my opinion, I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
Are very, very stupid because if you guys would get together,
agree,
there would be no stopping.
We tried.
No, I'm just saying, if you guys would get together, there would be no stopping. But go ahead.
I agree with you. So I'm doing Roman style pizza. There's only one other guy on Long Island. That's around. There's another guy, Mozzafiato.
No, there is, yeah.
But it was really just me and him, right?
John is a great guy, Mozzafiato. Love John.
Yeah. So I saw him as a talented guy, young guy, not very business savvy because he's just not, and that's not his talents. His talents are in the kitchen. Yeah. And I said, all right, I could try to bring this guy in. Number one, that would help me get another talented guy like myself that we could get in the dough room. We would be unstoppable. We could take over Long Island and give a product to Long Island that nobody's ever seen before. And like you said, we would be unstoppable. Yeah. Also, by doing that, I eliminate any threat of someone competing with me, right? So
Genius.
Yeah, so 2 birds, 1 stone.
But hold on, I got to stop you there. I'm going to stop every time I have a question that goes into what you're saying.
Sure.
Rob Cervoni from Taglio, the Rob that I know.
Yeah.
Would you go with the talent that you have, and let's assume you were not a businessman, but you know what your product is. Would you go work for somebody else? Because even though you bought him in, he was still working for you.
Correct.
Okay. In my opinion, you cannot keep a lion in a cage.
Sure.
Like you can have 2 lions.
I knew that was going to be
you knew what was going to happen. Okay.
Which is why I tried to never say he works for me.
Yeah.
Never said that.
But he did.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
But it was always, he works with me, and we're going to open up another location. Then he's going to be my partner. Like that was the plan.
That was the
idea.
But under the Taglio umbrella.
Under the Taglio umbrella, which there was talks of, because right now it's Taglio by Rob Cervoni. There was talks of removing that. So that everyone felt comfortable, because Taglio just...
Yeah, but you were already... Taglio, it's already
Taglio
associated
already
to you.
Yeah.
Like,
so
you are too big. You, Rob Cervoni, are too big to be not associated with Taglio. So you knew from the beginning, by the way, because we had this conversation, you knew that this partnership, in a sense, was not going to work out.
I didn't think it wouldn't work out. I thought it was a 50-50 shot if egos could be checked. Right? Even my ego too, right? Like I got an ego. I don't want to be outshined in my own place, and that's fine. But I also gave platform. Like my Instagram was a big platform, and I put this person on my Instagram. I always praise this person. Once you come into my circle and are on my team, you're never going to get nothing but praise from me. This guy's the best. This guy's great. This guy's, whatever.
On that, I agree 100%.
Yeah, because
did you regret it?
Now, yeah.
The exposure on your social media.
No, I didn't regret the exposure. No, because, I don't think that's what made everything transpire. I just think that once you have your own place that you're working for, and let's say it's called Rob Cervoni's Pizzeria, and then you go work for Mike Scotto's pizzeria, because either your pizzeria was failing or it just wasn't doing, or you were making no money. Essentially, there's a reason he came to me. Right. And not vice versa.
I think because I talked to him. I used to talk to him a lot more. Now I'm too busy. He's busy. We talk about Dario, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I think that's and again, that's what I think.
Yeah.
He's always like, he knew inside of him that he could do a lot more than what he was doing. He just never, he didn't have the knowledge how to get there. He was humble enough to admit it, that he did not have the knowledge. So he just wanted to take a different venture just to get out of that whole situation. That I know what I'm doing, and I feel like over here I can do it. I'm going to find a theater where I can shine and do things.
Sure.
I think you guys needed a third person. That my personal opinion is, if I was involved back then, because I wanted to do it after, but I didn't get the chance. But if I was involved back then, just as an outside opinion, that's what you're good at it, and that's what you're good at it.
Yeah.
We needed a third.
We needed somebody to tell us, this is
100%.
This is what you do good. This is what you do bad. 100%. This is what you do.
I see a lot of mistakes that are happening right now. He's opening up in Massapequa. I don't agree with that business decision.
It wasn't a business. It was an emotional decision.
No, but also I just don't agree business wise, because
it doesn't make sense.
And the way I see it is this, right? And again, good. He could kill it. And what I'm saying,
and he probably will.
He could kill it and make you close, or you could kill it and make him close. I'm just saying. Just saying. Anything can happen. But my point is this. I want to have a free market where I could go, but to me, it's all about the money. I'm not going to share a market. You could lose some customer. You're not going to lose all of them. Correct. So why share the market with someone when I can have a market on my own? So that was the business decision that I did not understand. Now, do I blame him for opening up in Massapequa? No. You open up in Massapequa right next to Umberto. So what I'm saying is, you took the shot, for yourself, and you did very well. He could take the shot, but you guys had two different products. Those are the same exact menu product.
Now it's the same exact. So, that's my issue, is that...
And we're not going to talk about him, but I'm just saying.
What someone was doing before they came to me, right, was one thing, and it was good. He had customers. People loved his product, right? And he had a good product. I just think he didn't market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he came to me. And now you got to understand, there's a lot of people that don't like my pizza or preferred his over mine. or prefer Umberto's over mine. And that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
But then all the customers that you had, now you basically, when you go back to your place and then you copy every single thing from the pricing to the pizza, to the menu, to the boxes, to the hero boxes, to the branding, to the graffiti on the wall, to the to the Instagram, the list goes on and on. Now you basically just admitted that, okay, Rob was better, and now I'm successful because I went there, got an education, came back to my place, rebranded, copied his concept, boom, success.
Got it.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Right?
But let me ask you this. Like, did you, as people that have business, if you have a taco place,
yeah,
right, would you try to imitate or copy what another taco place is doing and it's doing successfully? Would you try to do that?
Me personally, no, because I didn't do that on Long Island when I opened the first Roman-style pizzeria.
You started it. There's nothing to copy from. You started it. Like there was different brand that you got an idea from. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I agree with you that your two. I'm talking about just these two. That like you and Dario. I think you guys are like almost identical in terms of.
We weren't at
no,
first.
No, I know, but almost identical. Obviously, different products, but more or less. The menu.
I wouldn't even say it's a different product at this point.
No, I'm saying different. Like he sells bomboloni. You sell pasta. He sells steak. You sell Caesar sauce. So different product, but the core.
The core of our business, where our bread and butter is selling New York style and Roman style pizza.
Good.
And whatever toppings go on those pizzas, that's the core of our business. Now,
would you call it smart or not? Like, I know that hurts. But would you call that a smart decision to copy you?
Genius.
Okay, good.
Genius.
Okay, no, that's. I mean,
it's
as
genius.
Long,
it's genius. I just want you to admit it. I just want some recognition.
I mean,
for it.
if everything that happens happens after you did it, like obviously you don't need someone to admit it.
Yeah.
But you acknowledging right now.
Yeah.
That the whatever decision he made, with the assumption that he did it off of what you were doing, it's a genius decision.
Genius decision, yeah, absolutely. Okay. How could it not be? Look, he's successful now. He's opening up a second location.
Okay, so you kind of give credit to that?
Do I give credit to?
You give credit
him for copying me?
You give him credit for him to copy the style or the things that actually worked in your business and put it in his business while being successful.
I think.
And the question I want to ask you is, there is anything that he's doing or he did that kind of open up your mind and say, holy shit, you know what? Maybe if I do that could work.
So let's talk purely business.
Purely
right?
business.
Purely
That's
business.
all about.
He did something, I don't know if it was him, I think it was more his business partners, did something that nobody ever thought would work, which was have an influencer 4, 5, 6 every single day come in there. Whether you're paying them, whether they're free.
Yeah.
I've never seen, and me and you have spoke about that, I've never seen anything like it. Mm-hmm. Whereas I couldn't open my phone without somebody eating a cheesesteak or a sandwich or a pizza or this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I never seen anybody's Instagram grow that fast, whatever. So I spoke about that in Vegas. I did a panel talking about social media. I'm like, this works, right? That worked. And if I was opening a brand new concept with no name, no nothing, like no Rob Cervoni, brand new concept, that's exactly what I would do.
You think?
100%.
No, you think it will work for everybody?
I mean, if you got a great product,
yes,
it will work. If you have a shit product, you'll get people there to try it. But it's almost like, so in my business, I had 2 catalysts, right? What they did was made their own catalyst. It's an artificial catalyst. They paid to have the catalyst. But like people's catalyst in their business was either like I was on television. I won Food Network show. That was one catalyst. Then I was rated top 3 in the country by 50 Top Pizza. That was another catalyst and it went viral on Instagram.
Yeah.
So those things made me busy, lines out the door. That's what it was. He got a great score from Barstool, but not this go around, the old go around he did. And that was his catalyst, but it didn't, the catalysts don't hold. You have to continue to give good service and a good product and do it day in and day out. So purely business sense, that you just create your own buzz and it's an artificial buzz, right? It's you creating your own buzz. If you got a good product, it'll stick, and it is sticking.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, if you want to know my opinion, is this, because I study everything that happens, and forget about the cheesesteak, but like Alessandro in Manhasset, huge. Rob Keys, I study everyone that I think is doing something good. It don't matter where they from and what they selling, just to see what I could get out of it. Now, what he did with the cheesesteak thing, genius. Mm-hmm. There was there preparation behind it? Meaning, we were collecting emails. Were we collecting phone number? Are we targeting those people? Are we seeing the return? Are we seeing the frequency? What I'm saying is, it's very good for a local pizzeria. You cannot build a business off of virality. Like, you can go viral. Yeah. It's going to last a while. If you're not a businessman, it's going to go down, straight out down. Or you got to keep doing viral thing,
being viral,
which is going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of manpowers, and it's going to take a lot of talent. And if you lose one of those talent, then it's gone.
Yeah,
everything is gone. So it's what he's doing, what he did, it's very risky. Unless you are collecting information and understand what people like, what people buy, to make your menu better for the second location, so on and so forth. So again, social media, it's one part of it. Social media, it's one part of it. The other part is the business part. So I focus on both.
That's the most important part, is the business part.
Yeah, but also, if you don't have social media,
correct, you need it today. But if your core is a bad business, it's not going to do anything.
You got to be very local. Yeah. And again, I believe that 10 years from now, everything that is very local, that doesn't have 5 locations or more, it will end up closing, because big brands are going to just come in and destroy the market. Yeah. But going back to the war, the war was not just with you at Dario. There was a lot more people involved that I didn't even know existed. Mm-hmm. And me and you, we spoke on the phone. Yeah. And I think that a lot of those people that I didn't even know, to be honest with you, I didn't even know the business, let alone them.
Yeah. So
all of a sudden they became popular.
Well, not popular, but
they became popular on social media.
Let me explain what happened. So me and Dario's war was kind of in the shadows. It wasn't really like public. Like, we would throw subs on Instagram and stuff like that.
Everybody knew that.
But like, if you knew, you knew. If you didn't, you didn't. Right? What happened was when the New York State banned the potassium bromate thing. Yeah. I think that was because I was the vocal spokesperson for this.
But you've been doing, since I met you 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You were talking about this Italian, you were proud of it.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you were proud of this Italian freaking flour.
Yeah. So once they banned, and that would piss off a lot of local pizzerias that have been doing it for 50 years.
Everybody else.
And completely understand that. Yeah, everybody else. And I completely understand that. So when they actually did ban it, and now these guys are all panicking. So now they're all, fuck this guy, Rob. He's a piece of shit. He did this. I didn't fucking do it. I didn't go to Congress and sit down. I just tried to promote my business and make a better product, and that's it. So that's when I think everyone else started jumping on the bandwagon. Then once a couple of guys did
hold on. When you say jumping on the bandwagon, meaning everybody was talking about no bromate, no bleach.
No bromate, no bleach. But then the ones that were opposed to it started attacking me, my character, my business, daddy's money, this and that. They just started all that bullshit. What happened was there's a large segment of people that they want to see people fail. They don't want they want the underdog. Yeah,
haters.
Like
the haters.
Yeah. So I have a lot of haters, 100%.
That's another thing that I study. Like the more haters you have, the
busier
better
you get. And that's what Anthony from Phil's Society says. Haters bring you to the top. Right. And I think once one guy did a video, then it was just like the floodgates open. And then what they realized was when they did a video about me, it went viral. It went viral. They got, and when you go viral on social media, let's talk about mental health. It's a serotonin boost. To a guy who's in a pizzeria and he's dying, they're doing $15,000 a week. He's just getting by and nobody knows who he is. And he's outside. He sees a Dario, he sees a Rob, and we're, young guys doing this stuff. Then you go viral and you're like, holy shit, this is cool. And serotonin's hitting. And then it was always a video about me, right? But then you say, oh, I want it again. It's like a drug. Like,
let
me make another video about Rob. Let me make
some of those
video.
videos, to be honest with you, some of those videos I thought were not, like I didn't like the content. I think they were a defamation. Some of the video, I think you deserve it. Yeah. Some of them, it was a complete. Yeah. A complete
it also,
setup.
You did this on your business page. You make yourself look petty and stupid.
But that's my point.
It's like why do you want to go after me?
Go personal.
Go
on your personal page. But that's people that don't have a business knowledge.
Well, whatever. So that's it. Kind of took a and what I noticed, and I'm going to call it out right here because I called it out to his face, but no one knows. There's a guy who runs everyone's social media. And everybody that was attacking me, it just so happened that this one guy was running everybody's social media page.
Just to be clear, all those pizzeria places that attacked you, they all managed by the same person?
Correct. Coincidence? I think not. I don't know.
There was a guy that, to be honest with you, I got to mention it because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Someone that spends, 3 hours doing a fact check on what you say 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and putting your face on Instagram. Again, everything I talk about has nothing personal. It's all from a business perspective.
Yeah.
I want people to thrive. I want people to do well. That's why we're doing this podcast, to give out information to people that can use to improve their business. Yeah. I will never do anything to attack someone with the hope that he fails.
So
that's that you shouldn't be in business. You shouldn't be part of this. People shouldn't like it. People should not comment on it. Now, what do you say bleach we give you
bromate.
Bromate we give you cancer. Yeah. Okay. What I'm saying is, you're not saying don't go eat at Three Brothers. No. Because this guy is using bleach and you're going to get cancer. So that's different.
The thing with him is very odd, right? Because when the whole bleach and bromate thing happened, I would scroll through Instagram and I started to see a bunch of new people promoting, oh, we don't use bleach and bromate. We made the switch. We did this, right? So I was just scrolling. I saw his page. I saw him standing in front of a bag of Caputo flour. I wrote to him, hey, man, welcome to the team. Because I work with Caputo, and I love Caputo, and I'm not sponsored by them, but I work with them. I said, hey, welcome to the team. Now, he wrote back, I've been using it for 8 years. I didn't see it. I didn't follow him. I didn't know who he was. Never heard of him. Never heard of his pizzeria. No clue, Mike. And this, I swear this on my kids. I was trying to be like, hey, man, dude, good job. Welcome to the team. Whatever.
You were trying to boost your promotion.
Yeah, boost everybody around me that's doing the right thing.
Because you've been talking about this bromate and bleach for 8 years, so now you're trying to get
back, and I didn't see him write back. Otherwise I would have responded like, oh shit, I didn't realize that. Good job, whatever. But he then made a video, and then a couple days went by, and I guess he forgot about it, or then I made a video being like, I'm seeing a lot of pizzerias saying they're using bleach and bromate, and they've been doing it for years. We know they haven't. And I wasn't even talking about this kid's place. I was talking about I don't want to name their names.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Big chain pizzerias, like on Long Island that everybody knows.
But yours, it's you see, I think you.
It was a misunderstanding.
But also, I think you're very smart.
Yeah.
Like you're very smart, and I think you plan your content. Your content and you do by yourself, or you have somebody?
I have someone that all the content I do is my original idea.
Someone shoots it.
Someone just shoots it and posts it and edits and posts it.
Yeah, but the idea is yours.
Correct.
No, I'm saying to say, like, you don't have an influencer behind it. It's
no,
you.
No. It's
someone.
me.
Yeah.
I'm the influencer. And
yeah, that's my point. Yeah. That's my point. So what I think is this, right? You created Rob Cervoni, a persona that stands behind a thing that is bleach and bromate.
Yeah.
Right? Now, bleach and bromate, we talk about a pizza dough.
Yeah.
Then you have to keep that point. Like, welcome to the team. You started the bleach and bromate.
Correct.
So when you say welcome to the team, people get offended because they say, bro, I'm not on your team.
Correct.
Like.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because people hate you, people love you.
Yeah.
So I can understand where the comment, welcome to the team, could have in a sense,
sure,
make you feel like. The thing is this, the difference is this. You doing it because you have 50,000 followers on Instagram, you've been talking about this for 8 years, that's your topic.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna take that away from you.
Yeah.
And you made the smart decision by doing that comment. I think what he did was wrong because he created a video about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to discriminate you, which also pushed you even more.
Yeah. I got way busier because of it, and that's what they don't realize.
But that's good.
Yeah, it's great. And I reached out to him privately and was like, "Hey, man, like I didn't mean it like that. I apologize. Whatever." Yeah. We went back and forth, and but when it got dark was when he just kept making videos.
I know,
and like that's where I was like, and then when he did one with Dario, where he's like, "Oh, I got my Rolex, I got my spatula." Yeah. It's just like, bro, like you two grown men.
That's all good for you.
Yeah, you two grown men took the time out of your day to meet up when you both are running pizzerias to make a sketch, make a video, film it yourselves, and post that shit.
But did you call, again, because I want people to learn from you.
Yeah.
Because I think for everybody that is watching, and I swear to God, I generally believe so. I think if you focus more time, and I know that you don't because you love what you do.
Yeah.
But if you focus more time on social media than you actually do running your pizzeria business, I think there will be no stopping you. That's what I think. I think you are one of the biggest influencer that locally we have seen. And I don't think you got the chance to go outside of the locality of this just because you don't have the time. And so this is a compliment. And also, I want you to understand that what other people are doing, including me, I'm one of them. This whole studio, this whole marketing office that you see behind you, this is based feeding off of what you created. Because I know, I'm telling you.
Thank you.
No, for real.
Yeah.
And I told you on the phone, I'm not saying just on the podcast. What you started it, I met you when you were about to close. And because we're friends, I know what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And to me, besides the quality of the pizza and the quality of your product, what changed it was social media. So if social media can make someone go from, I'm about to fail, to you guys are going to come to my place because that's who I am. And by the way, doing with the product, that did not exist on the market. You have to educate people to do that. What I'm saying is, Rob, this is something that it would take people years and years and years and a team of people to develop it. And there's no words to express how much I believe that you are one of the greatest because I'm telling you, you changed the way I think about my social media. You give job at Tony Stacco, you don't even know, but 5 people got a job because of what you created. And again, I'm feeding off of what Daddy's doing and everybody else is doing. But I think the way you do it, it's different.
The thing
I don't know. It's just different.
And I'm getting a little emotional when you say that because people don't see how hard I work, bro.
How many hours?
Bro, look, I've slowed down now.
Yeah.
But I was there, I had to open to close, 14 hours a day.
I know.
Open to close.
I know. And people think that what I'm saying is people think, and that's what bothers me, is Daddy's money. I see you work 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
Your personal life got shitty because you were working 14 hours a day. And by the way, you say, you know what? That's why I love him. It was like, you know what? I'm working 14 hours a day. We should close at 12 o'clock now. And close at 12 o'clock. Like, bro, who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
You understand? So, again, I learned a lot from you. A lot. You know, like, you're going to have money. You're going to have Daddy. But you have the balls to say that 14 fucking hours and 5 with your wife because you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything, even though your bank account is fucking full. And I got to work 16 hours a fucking week because I can't get out of this.
Yeah, you know, it's actually good because it makes you say, like, your wife just wants more of your time. Not your money, your time.
Yeah.
And your kids want your time. And that's so important to have that balance. I know you just had a baby. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And you got to have that balance. But, you know, like, that business is what really like, my ego. I have a big ego, man. And, like, that business is what pushes me. It's not like, I sometimes say to people, like, okay, I had my dad who was very successful. He worked his ass off too, made tons of money, and he supported me through this. But he's also a businessman, and he's not just going to invest blindly into something that he thinks he's just going to lose on.
Yeah.
I mean, $1.3 million to invest into something that to risk is not a wise business decision if you're a good businessman. I don't care who it is, your son or not.
But he knows.
If you don't think your son's going to do it. My dad tells me that I'm there too much, and he tells me the opposite. He's like, you got to go home. Go spend time with your kid, you know? So it's just I work hard. And I don't care. I don't care how much money you have. You can't buy your product being good. You can't buy customers coming into your store. You can't buy having a personality on Instagram. You can't buy these things. You can't buy these things. And you know, it's you keep knocking me, but I this is my new thing. I hope one day my son gets made fun of for having a rich dad and a hot mom. That's my new thing. That's my new saying, right? Because then that's a flex for me, right?
Yeah,
if my son at school gets made fun of for having a rich dad.
Your wife is beautiful, and you gotta, you know, like 100%.
I tell everybody who makes fun of me for having a rich dad on Instagram, I'm like, I call my dad. I'm like, hey, you made it, man. Yeah. People are mad that you're rich. Yeah. I said, that's crazy.
That's a part of society that I would never understand because I don't think that way, and I don't understand why people.
You know what bothers me too?
I just can't.
All these pizza guys that are coming after me, they didn't start their pizzeria from scratch. Their daddy gave it to them. So get the fuck out of here with that. Like, there's a guy, I'm going to call him out because he's the biggest pain in my ass. The guy, Carlos in Manorville. Nobody's ever heard of him.
Carlos what?
Nobody knows. It doesn't matter. This guy is obsessed with me, borderline stalks me, writes to me every day, and talks about my dad and blah, 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 and my dad will buy me a Rolex and this and that. And I'm like, bro, did you start your pizzeria? No, it was a family business. Oh, so your dad started it, and now you just took it, right? So you didn't do shit. You didn't start it. I started this from the ground up with just money, okay? And I almost failed, and I didn't. But you had a successful business that you just stepped into. Right? I didn't. I had to make my business for myself. So I'm proud of that. Even though other people say, like you never had your back up against the wall. Well, I say to you, imagine if I did have my back up against the wall.
Yeah. No, but you actually did.
You know what I mean? I did. But imagine if,
there was no security.
Imagine if there was no other job and there was no, you know.
Yeah, but again, I believe that, like money, you can get it from anybody, an investor, debt, or bank. So that if for any entrepreneur or someone that is watching us that owns, in this case, a pizzeria, because that's what you're an expert of.
Yeah.
And there is three things: product,
Mm-hmm.
marketing,
Yep.
and numbers.
Yep.
Which one they should learn first? So product, quality, obviously, marketing, and what was the other one?
So if it's numbers,
Business knowledge.
So if I had to start over, I don't think I'd change much, but I would say, okay, do I have a product that I don't care how much social media I build? Do I have a product that I'm proud of and that is outstanding, that is better than my competition? Okay, let's say you do.
Yeah.
Then how do I get the people to try my product that is better than everyone else's? That's where the social media comes in. Then after that, I think you learn the numbers, because then the opposite is like, if you look at a Domino's, their numbers first, then marketing, then product. So you could build a successful business both ways.
Both ways. If you're starting, I agree 100% with you.
Yeah.
I think that you should have the number knowledge. So I give you an example, right? When you went viral and you keep going viral, but there was a point that your sales went from here to here.
Crazy, yeah.
Right? You didn't even have time to capitalize on those sales. No data collection. You had no idea what it was. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No phone number, no email, no repeat customer, no target email. You don't know what people, product means. You don't know what people
after.
That came after.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is you lost. Remember we were talking about it? Mike, I went viral because everything is a curve.
Correct.
But to collect all this data and use it in the future, that's what people should do.
Yep.
Everybody that do social media should also learn about marketing, email marketing, loyalty. It's almost, if not more important than social media. My social media is never viral. It's never been viral, and it probably would never be, because I don't usually put my face on social media.
Yeah.
And usually a place to go viral needs to be associated to a person. But the marketing that we have behind it, it's what drives Tony Stacco. It's the entire thing. What it's on a website matches on what's on social media. The email that I sent, 7 emails a week to 60,000 people.
Yeah.
So I agree that marketing today, it's one of the most important things. But if you have a shitty product, people just gonna come and never come back again.
Correct.
You got to close faster.
Correct.
So product, I agree with you. It's definitely number one.
Yeah.
What do people think that you're a jerk?
Yes. People hate me, man. I don't. So
I don't think people hate you.
I don't think they hate me. I just what I'm told.
I think some people.
You want to hear a story? My mother-in-law told me the other day. She's like, sometimes I tell people you're my son-in-law, and they immediately like treat me different, or they say, "Oh, I feel bad for you," or like I'm like, "What? They feel bad for your good-looking, successful son-in-law?" You know what I mean? Like, it's weird that people feel comfortable going out, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a public figure at this point, so people feel comfortable. They don't see the human side of you. I think what a lot of people always say to me is, once you meet Rob in person, he will give you the shirt off his back. He's a sweetheart. If you're loyal to him, he'll be loyal to you. What you see on social media is an arrogant, bravado-driven, cocky guy, but that character has worked for me.
It depends on the point of view.
It depends on the point of view. It got me on Food Network, and it got me to be a chef expert on Bar Rescue. I mean, those are opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten without my character.
So do you think that you create a persona on social media, or that's you? Is it both?
It's both.
It's both.
Sometimes I'm on there, like when I talk my shit and I'm like going like today, like you're getting Rob. Like, this is me. Like, this is I'm not holding back. When I talk to you, like, I always stayed away from talking about this pizza war, but I think it got to a point where people want answers. Like, people come up to me in private and ask me about it, and I tell them the story. But like, I kind of just want that whole pizza war thing to end at this point, and let's get back to business and making a good product. But I also it doesn't bother me that people either love me or hate me, because that's really what it is. It's either you love me or you hate me.
Yeah.
The haters are always the more loud ones, though. And that's what I think people say, like, oh, everybody hates you. Or my competitors who were speaking right before, they're in this bubble where they just think everybody hates Rob. He has no customers, and once we open in Massapequa, we're going to put him out of business because everybody hates him, but they tolerate him because his product is good.
Yeah.
Right? That's.
I think you're a lot more visual. So I think there are other people that are feeding off, like people that are feeding off your success on social media and with your business are also using that very geniusly and smart against you, meaning I'm going to be the good guy because we already have a bad guy in the game.
Correct.
Right? So,
correct.
But at the same time, then they, they do stuff that, again, like I would never post anything about another place with somebody else's face talking shit about it. I just won't do that.
Correct. I'm the opposite of what everybody else is right now. There's guys that it's all love on Instagram and everybody is loving and I made this with my heart and this and that. Yeah. But then behind closed doors, they're just a snake like rat. Like it's just like that's not who you are. That's a persona you're playing. So it's the opposite of me. You're getting a more authentic Rob on Instagram, but then behind closed doors, like I'll be your best friend or I'll be your worst enemy. Whatever you want to do, that's cool with me. Like, but like if you talk to my staff, right, and
they love working with you.
I think I try to treat them like family. But what nothing shocks me anymore. There's no loyalty with your staff really anymore, and even with your customers, there's no loyalty too much. Like the Dario's is poaching a lot of my guys right now, or trying to poach a lot of my guys. But I like that because that weeds out the people who are not really all in for Taglio, which is good, right? Like I want those people. But it's also bad business, but
it's not just bad business.
We already established that.
I'm just saying people work for money. If I work for. If a guy from a workshop, which is we're friends, we're not even competitors.
Yeah.
It's two separate things. But let's assume there was a Rob Taco and Mike Scotto. If a guy from Rob Taco wants to come work for me, or I approach him, say whatever Rob is paying you, I'm gonna pay you $2 extra, and then Rob is gonna do the same, and Mike is gonna do the same. I'm saying the benefit is to the employee, which I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But now you overpay. What I'm saying is
you're overpaying.
Some people don't even know. Like, bro, do you know how much is your payroll? Do you know, can you make it? Like, are you doing the math? Is that profitable? What you doing? And what are you giving to the employee? Because we say there is no loyalty to the employee. At least in my organization, I feel like the people that work are very loyal to me.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's because we share. So I have a culture. That's my culture. You have a culture. Mm-hmm. Your culture is, that's who I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm arrogant, but I'm also a teddy bear.
Yeah.
So you're going to attract people that are just like you, and they believe in what you believe. The thing is, people see just you on social media. You don't sit down with your staff and talk about it. We do it weekly. I do it weekly. Before I came here, I sit down with my staff. Tomorrow we have a meeting at 9 o'clock with a different part of the staff.
Yeah.
Explaining the culture, where we're going, what is their future look like, because that's what I want my future to look like. So people need to buy into what you believe.
I agree.
No, people are not going to be just tools for you to get big on Instagram or to open up another pizzeria. It's going to be a process that you guys got to do together.
When I bring talent in, it's always with the intention to grow with Taglio, because I'm not a greedy guy. Like if you provide like something beneficial to my business, you're going to get paid accordingly, and you'll get all the benefits of being in Taglio. But I always say, like, if somebody's good, I will never let them walk out my door, right? So if you are able to steal one of my employees, just understand that it's because I let that happen. I let them walk out because I could match it. I could offer them more if they're good. If they're not good, I'm going to be like, have a good day. Good luck.
Yeah, but did you agree that if someone is good and it's working for you, we never go anywhere else.
I don't agree with that, no.
Why not?
If they're good and they're working for you.
If you have a great employee
I think people,
and it's a great organization, why would they leave?
Because the grass is always greener, my friend.
Yeah, but what would be the reason why they leave?
Financial compensation, or just they need a change of scenery. Every business is not smooth sailing and daisies and roses. You're gonna have some internal trouble, internal turmoil at any given time. And when that happens, it's how do you respond to that and how do you react to that? Do you work well under pressure? Or is it that you're just gonna jump ship at the first sign of anything?
I know, but if you look at the old days, right? If you were, it's an absurd comparison, but in the old days, the mafia, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
When you come on board, it's because you believe in what I do.
Yeah.
You believe in what this group is doing and what we want to go, and you make a deal. You know, like that deal. Now, if I honor, we talk about honor. If I honor my deal and you honor your part of the deal, we should be together forever. Absolutely. If you change ship, it's either you get killed or the other person is going to think that if you change ship once, you can change ship again.
Yeah.
So going back to the employee, why would that key member, it could be a chef or it could be your head pizza man, go to some other pizzeria and leave you when they could do the same to whatever pizzeria it's been? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I think they feel, I think in my experience and from talking firsthand, I think they feel that you made promises to them that you didn't keep. And I think that's the narrative going around, is that why my big assets that I bring in leave me is because they feel that I didn't keep a promise. The problem is that
what will be the promise?
Like if I say, okay, we're going to open a third location, and you're going to be a profit sharing partner of that location, or work for me for a year. Let's see how it goes. If I see that you could manage this place to the fullest extent, I will give you a profit sharing percentage. But then they leave after 3 months and they're like, oh, you didn't hold up your end of the deal. Bro, you worked for me for 3 months. Like, you know what I mean?
But let me,
they want to fast track.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. But I have a different view. A different view is, if I have to convince with profit, bonus, or anything else, someone to come work for me, I know it's going to end in 90 days.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm looking for a culinary director. We were looking for a culinary director. I have an interview with a guy. I explained to him who I am, what I'm doing, where we going.
Yeah.
No promises.
Yeah.
That's your salary.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay? He left a job that he was making $30,000 more, according to him.
Yeah.
And he's a genuine guy, and I believe it, because he believes in the vision of Tony Stagos. Stefano, one of my main guy, my right hand, he left a job with a career in Arizona. He wasn't making much, but again, he could have to come work for Tony Stago with no promises. I never promised Stefano profit share or anything like this. Those are people that believe in the maturity of the company, in the business person that is behind. I think the people that bounce back and forth, they just people that want to feed off your social media and whoever other people's social media, because that's what they want to do. They want to go back and forth with social media. And eventually they're going to open up their own place, which is genius.
Yeah.
But I think that right now it's fair and it's nice what you guys doing, because again, you have a couple location. Yeah. By the way, are you planning to open up more, or you decide to stop?
I've been looking for.
So you want to open up more?
Yeah. I want to open a third for sure, 3, 4, 5, as many as I can. So it's just finding the right location. I'm not making emotional decisions. Because I could easily make emotional decisions.
Don't do that.
And I'm not. And I'm looking for the right fit for Taglio, different demographic, to see how that plays out.
So last question, Rob. If you have to tell people they don't know who you actually are in real life, right? If you have to describe yourself, and tell them why you're doing what you're doing and why you come off that way, what would you say?
Social media. To be big on social media, you have to make big statements and big movements, and you have to say controversial things. So that is not truly who I am. It's just a strategy to grow your social. Look at Anthony from Phil's of Syosset. He has 190,000 followers. And you know what he does on social media? By the way, he's the nicest guy on the planet.
I agree. He's going to come on.
Such a nice guy. And he does risque, controversial things, telling customers, hey, fuck you, fuck off. But it works, and that's what goes viral. And he says, haters bring you to the top. That's the same thing I'm doing, but I'm a little bit more toned back from him. What my strategy is to let the product speak. I want to talk about quality. I want to talk about why I'm different than everybody else, and then, and take it from there. But for people that don't know me, I tell everybody on social media, come have a coffee with me. Come meet me. If you come to my pizzeria on a Friday night, my wife and my kids will probably be there. This is very much a family-ran business. 100%. I'm a family man first, and just come have a coffee with me and talk to me, and you're going to see a different side of Rob that you wouldn't see on social media. It's just right now, one of my biggest problems is that when people comment to me on social media, like the comments I'm getting now are, can't wait for Dario to open and put you out of business. Whatever. It's not going to happen. But I'm getting that a lot. And I'm responding to these people. And maybe I shouldn't, because it makes me look bad, and maybe I shouldn't give them my energy. But it is what it is. And it always is a faceless Instagram troll account that, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but just come have a coffee with me, man. If you come to my pizza, everyone thinks like, oh, you're on TV, you're not this, you're never in your pizzeria. I'm there, bro.
I know you.
Come to Massapequa, you'll see me there. Come there, say, is Rob here? I'm either in the office, or I'm there, or I'm in Mineola. I'm
social media is strategic decision to drive your business, which you've been very successful at it. But the real Rob is the one that wants everybody to thrive. You don't want any, in this case, pizzeria to close or shut down. You want everybody to be able to provide for their family.
Yeah.
And do what they do.
But just do it the right way, man. Just do it the right way. The way you operate in your business is the way you should operate in life. I always try to do things.
But you talk about social media wise, or
no, I'm just talking about life, man. Like if there's people in life that I think you will be successful if you do things the right way.
But when you say the right way, what do you mean by that?
Don't poach employees. Don't copy concepts.
Oh, okay.
Don't make videos about other men.
Morality. You're not talking about product.
Yeah, like, and also if you're gonna come at me, you're gonna see that side of Rob that's gonna come after you too. So don't be upset and don't play the victim.
Yeah, but don't you think that's what starts? Because you say if you come at me, I'm gonna come at you. People can't wait to see that.
I know,
but you can't stop it.
But then when they come at me, they get upset.
No, I know, but you love to start this shit.
I'm a fucking animal. That's
yes,
the problem.
I know.
No,
so I know you're a good guy.
I don't like to start it, but I enjoy.
Yeah, once it starts, you enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
because also I know it translates into more business.
Yeah,
right. But I never cross. There's one thing. I'll tell you an inside thing with me and Dario. When Dario left to go back, we had a meeting in my office, me and him. And what me and him said was, listen, I said to him straight up, I'm like, this is going to be a war, right? He's like, I know. He said, I know. And I said, yeah, no, I know. He said, just keep it clean. And I said, okay, I'll keep it clean. And what we mean, I think me and him have the understanding of what keeping it clean means. It means like he has 2 kids and a wife. I have 2 kids and a wife. We're not going to drag our wives and children into this war talking about personal matters, which he doesn't do and I don't do. I will never talk to him about personal matters with him, and he won't do it with me, at least I hope. And strictly what we talk about is business, pizza, sandwiches, and I'm going to make a pasta. It's a back and forth, but never, I don't think it gets dark. Whereas with
it would not get dark.
It would not get dark.
I think both of you are going to be very, very busy.
Yeah, I think where it got dark was with the 3 Brothers guy when he.
Those videos that you sent me.
I think it got a little dark. And I reached out to I tried to reach out to him. He didn't. I'm still willing to sit down and talk to the guy and see, like, I
don't think you should, but
yeah,
I don't think you should. I don't think you should.
I'm a nice guy though. Like I know, but we're all in this industry together, and I want to be a pillar going forward for the industry for change. And like people reach out to me for recipes, I help them. Like I teach people. The one thing I don't like is that like other people opening concepts that look exactly like me, but then they like
that's common with the business.
That's gonna happen, but I'm saying, but then view me as an enemy because of it. It's weird. It's like It's like
listen.
Invite me in to try your pizza. Like just. I
think like there's a lot of places that try to do like what we're doing with Tony Stago. I don't even know. Like, can you even mention another taco place that we don't talk about it? We never talk about the competition because I don't think we have a competition. Because we do something that is unique, number one, but also we don't talk about the competition because we just want to get better at what we do.
You guys also are, I think, more of a corporate entity at this time and less local. More. You're trying to be more national. You start to think differently.
Yeah, you start to think differently.
Like, are you going to fight with Taco Bell? Like, it makes no sense. No, you know what I mean?
No.
Like,
but I'm not going to fight with Guac Shop. He was one of my first guests, and I love the guy. We go there, and he comes here with us.
But also the difference is you and Guac Shop has two different concepts. Like, he's more, I think, of a Chipotle type of thing, and you're more
100%.
of a 100%. Different concept. Just like me and. Do you ever hear me fighting with Umberto's? No, the guy. No. I could spit on his doorstep from the back of my pizzeria. Look, they may not like me, which I know they don't.
I don't know,
but I never talk. I actually talk good about them
always,
all the time.
Yeah,
I talk good about King Umberto. Yeah. Like, there's a mutual respect, and they're right in my backyard. They're right there. And
I think all those places like Umberto, not really King Umberto, the young people that are more, but Umberto. Mama Teresa, Gino's, Luigi's, all those places are good, but they don't have enough social media presence.
They're also just getting left behind now with their product. I think
the social media.
The social media.
It's not the product.
Yeah, well,
I'm telling you,
it's starting to be.
The thing is, people get to try different things, right? Yeah. People go to Rob to try a pizza, and now they stay there because the vibe is better. You understand what I'm saying? But if I would have engaged those customers, stay with those customers the entire time, and again, marketing, they would have never had the chance to try your place.
Yeah.
At least you were stronger than me in terms of marketing. That's how big is marketing. So, like there's this guy, great guy. Like he messaged me, he's in Sayasa, the place, it's called Americano.
Yeah. I know him well.
Okay. The guy is on social media a lot of times. Most of the time, you don't even see the product. A lot of time you don't see the product.
Yeah.
You see him talking very consistent.
Yeah.
But like me and my wife, we always say, we're going to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to go try. We're going to go try. Because he's there. He's in front of my hand. Yeah. So what I'm saying is he's doing social media I think social media today it's 50%. 50% of yourself is social media, and also depends how you do it. So if you have to give 3 tips to me.
To you.
To me.
I want tips from you.
No, but I'm saying on my social media. What I'm saying is, what should I tell my social media team to focus on?
I've told you a million times, you need to get behind the camera and tell your story.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Because you're an Italian immigrant off the boat. Like, you came here with nothing, right? Yeah. Did you see my video where I said the Italians are lazy? You said you were going to talk about that, right?
Yeah, that was my last question.
Let me ask you a question. Would you hire a 22-year-old kid from Naples or Rome, or would you hire them?
When you say from Rome, or they moved in?
Whatever. Like, would you hire a Italian off the boat, or would you steer away?
So...
In your experience?
In my experience, if we talk specific Italian,
I'm talking
not anybody else. Okay.
Italian.
So there is 2 types of Italian.
I agree.
There is 2 types of Italian. There is the lazy one, okay, which is a lot of them. And most of the time, the lazy one are the one that are stuck with that Italian mentality, meaning That's not chicken parm. We don't do that in Italy. Those type of conversation. This is not real clams. In Italy, we have vongole. That's not even how we do in Italy. And in Italy, everything is better. Like, there is that type of Italian. It's never going to work for me.
That's exactly what my video was about.
Okay, so that's one type of Italian. The one that is stuck in, like, I understand.
Stuck in Italy. So why'd you leave?
Correct. So there's the stuck in Italy one.
If Italy is so much better, why did you come? Why are you here?
Because Italy is not much better.
I know,
but they stuck on the product. You understand? Basically, their brain, it doesn't move forward. So those people, I would never hire. Then there is the Italian that was hungry in Italy. Like, meaning he wants to freaking kill it.
Yes.
Me, Stefano, the people that I know. They want to kill in Italy, but there was no room. And they had to get out of there. And they came here. So those people, I would hire in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But the
few and far between, though.
Huh?
It's hard to find those. It's impossible.
Almost impossible.
It's impossible.
Almost impossible. I saw your video. It was like, do you prefer Italian or American? So obviously, like when we hire somebody, we don't ask if they're Italian or American. We hire on merit, but we hire people based on what they know how to do on merit. But let me tell you something. The world that we are in, for me, I'm almost out of there because right now you have a career path. If you come to Tony Stacco, but in the world that you are in, local, two location, 3 location, when it's a pizzeria, to get someone to work for $16, $17 an hour, because you get those type of people, and then you get, I need to make $1,500 a week.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that pizzeria mentality, even though it's new, is still stuck in the past, meaning I can hire an Italian or a pizzaiolo, but he's going to make $1,500 a week. It's not by hours. It's no overtime. There is no that culture.
Yeah.
So I think if pizzeria we get there where they can hire a professional that can work 8 hours for 5 days and then hire another professional, I believe that pizza, number one is there will be not that much profit, but number two, the pizza would cost a lot more. Yeah. I think pizza right now is the cheapest thing. How much is a regular pie? I don't even know anymore. 25 and feeds 4 people.
People tell me I'm like I'm expensive.
Okay, but so what's the average? 20? What's the average?
$25 for a cheese pie.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. 20?
Yeah.
25. How many people fit?
You got to feed 4 at least. 4, 5.
4, 5. 6.
Okay.
I think the average right now is $22 for a pie.
Cheapest food in America. You could buy a regular, I'm just saying, a regular pie that feeds 4 people, $25. You can find anything cheaper there. Yeah. People complain because they buy on DoorDash and they pay $45, even though the pizza to begin with was $25. Yeah. But I think pizza should be a lot more. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Labor, food costs, everything, especially the quality of the ingredients we're giving out. It's nonstop. But I was wondering if you took offense to that video about the Italians being lazy. But no. But you're not.
I know.
You're the hardest one of the hardest working guys I know.
I agree 100% with you.
You agree with me?
100%. There is the 100%.
It's funny because
there is the type of Italian that the thing is when you say Italian or black or Chinese, like you generalize. So the Italian, because we're talking about pizzeria, specific Italian labor. There is 90% of the Italian they come here, and this is to everybody that wants to do a business and they came here from Italy, because I came here from Italy, and my brother was one of them. My brother came here and went back. Yeah, because he was like, what is this coffee? What is this donuts? I want a cornet. I want that. What I'm saying is, like, just drink the fucking Dunkin' Donuts and get on with it. Yeah. Just get in line, drink Dunkin' Donuts for whatever. It's water we mix with coffee. It doesn't matter. You will end up loving it. Right now in the morning, if I don't have my Starbucks coffee, my wife makes me espresso. I say, what the fuck is that? Where's the ice? There's no ice, there's no caramel, there's nothing in there. So again, you will understand the culture the more you live here, but you're gonna love.
A lot of people took offense to that video, and really, what I was saying, if you really watch the video, was like, I'm not talking about a guy like you or my grandparents that came here and worked their ass off. I'm talking about the guy, exactly like you're saying. They come here, They say your pizza's shit. I'm the best pizza man in Italy. Your coffee's shit. Your product's shit. Your cheese is shit. And it's like, all right, go back.
Yeah.
Go back.
They're never going to make it.
And then on top, because you think it's shit, you think you're better than us.
Yeah.
Right? You automatically think you're owed something because you're Italian and you have an accent, or because you feel better than us. We have an Italian-American culture that we built here over many, many centuries that we work hard as Italian-Americans. We have our own culture. We have our own dishes. We have our own cuisine. And yes, you may not like it and it may be different. I love going to Italy and eating their food. It's fantastic. Is it better than our food? It's not better. It's different.
To be honest with you, when I went back to Italy, the pizza, I like it better. Listen.
See, I like the pizza better in Italy, but
I don't.
But yeah, see, I like Neapolitan, like wood fire.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, but now I like crispy.
Of course,
that's my point. That's
crispy,
my thing.
That's a new thing. Everybody wants this fucking cardboard. Like
no, but
crispy.
I like it even if it's not cardboard. I like the Umbero's regular pie. Like when I was working on Umbero, much better than I like the wood fire pizza in Italy.
Yeah,
and that comes from me.
Yeah,
you understand. So the product on top, it's good. But listen, if there is one thing that I want to say about Italian is this, right? Or people that come from any country.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I'm talking about myself. I'm blessed that I was able to come to the United States and I was able to get legal into the United States. And I'm blessed that along the way, I found Umbero. They give me support. All the people around me, my wife, because otherwise I would not have been where I am today. But there is one thing. When I came here, I came with the decision to make real money.
Yeah.
Because if you make $100,000 to $200,000 a year, in my personal opinion, you better off in Italy. You live a much better quality life.
Yeah.
Because nobody do anything, at least where I come from. Of here, I decided to dedicate my life to being successful and make money, because at the end, it's all about that.
Yeah.
And if during that process, I would have complained about the shitty life and the hard work and the hours and the chicken parmesan and the Dunkin' Donuts coffee and the
you
Starbucks,
wouldn't be as successful as you are, man.
I would have been fired. I would have been fired. So I agree on that video that those type of people, yes, they deserve to be fired.
Mike, you are one of the best businessmen on Long Island, and I say that you've helped me tremendously with my business. A lot of people don't know that. You know, if you look around my store in Massapequa, there's a lot of your DNA everywhere. The menu boards, the screens, the kiosks, and the back end, the instant.
Which I got from somebody else.
Which you got from somebody else, but you helped me tremendously, and I think that was really one of my things that drastically increased my business. Just adding, a lot of people don't have like photos of their food on the, like just adding.
I remember that you didn't have third-party photo.
I didn't have third-party photos. Now I won't launch an item unless it has a photo.
Yeah. How important is that, by the way?
Mike, my sales, when I put up a menu screen with photos of the food, my sales went up 15%.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I got Brian that is behind the camera. Brian started working. He's a photographer, videographer. He started to work with me when I opened up Flow Park. I couldn't even afford it. Yes or no? What was 5 years ago that we have a photographer on staff?
Yeah.
The most important thing is menu, photo, I agree, social media.
Yeah.
If you had to say, and I want to close it with this, one thing that you actually admire about Dario, hold on, and one thing that you absolutely hate about Dario.
I can't say the things I absolutely hate.
No, one thing. It has to be one. The thing that you admire.
I admire that he is talented. He's a talented pastry chef and dough guy.
I mean, that takes up.
Yes, I hired him for that reason. He's a talented pastry chef, dough guy. His mother is incredible.
Yes.
His mother's a wonderful woman. She worked for me as well.
The brother, love the brother.
The brother didn't work for me, but he's a funny guy. Met him a couple times.
Sweetheart.
But yeah, I like this war is so stupid. And to be honest,
what's the worst though?
Huh?
What's the worst?
Worst thing about him? I think he gets very distracted easily. I think that he could sometimes lock in, if that makes sense. Like lock
more
in.
More
focused, more locked in. He's a big dreamer, which I admire. But there's a way to do things and the way to not do things. And I think only he could
decide.
He's a young guy. He's a young guy. A young kid.
Yeah, but again, you say that he's very talented, and he's talented. And he should lock in more.
He could have locked in a little bit more, and he could have I don't know.
And if you could change something about you, if you could change something about yourself,
I'm not perfect.
So you won't be in this situation right now that you are, which I think you love to be in there. But let's assume that you didn't.
I think that sometimes my ego gets the best of me. Sometimes I focus on the wrong things. I sometimes just no, I don't know when to stop. I don't know when to say, hey, like, Rob,
no limit.
Enough is enough. Like, enough now.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. If they're going to do it, let them do it. Like, it's my ego gets in the way. I'm always like, I'm a little bit of an instigator too. I like to push buttons. But sometimes it's like, hey, enough is enough. Let's focus. Let's refocus on the things that matter, which is you're in business to make money. Dario's in business to make money.
100%.
We're all business to make money. Dario wants to provide for his family. And the one thing I wish for Dario, that's the thing is people think it's just Dario I don't like. It's the one thing with him is that I wish that if he was going to copy my concept, that if he was just a little bit more upfront with me with what was going on in his head and him wanting to go back to Dario's, I would have did it with him. I would have opened it and I would have took it and he wouldn't have 5 partners right now. He'd have Rob and me doing it together, which I wasn't even given that opportunity. And I think it comes down to ego and that kind of stuff. Me and him had big plans to open
both sides.
On both sides, we had plans to open up in Florida. We took a private jet. We had an investor. We took a private jet down to Florida, and we were going to open up in Florida. The problem is that the day we landed back from Florida, I was told that I found out recently that he was having dinner with his new partners the day he landed. So,
yeah, I mean,
was he all in? No. Yeah. But we took a private jet down to Florida to open up. I'm putting $3 million bids on a building on Atlantic Avenue in Delray. But then the day we land, you're at a business meeting to talk about rebuying Dario's behind my back, without me knowing. And then when I did find out about it, that you were going back to Dario's, you lied to me and told me it wasn't true. And I said to you, Dario, if you just tell me the truth, we're cool. Like, if you want to go back to Dario's, let me get involved. I asked him, like, let me invest. Let me invest in your business. Let me help you become successful. No. And that's fine.
I guess
I hope you get him on here to tell his side of the story.
I usually, so the thing is this, the reason why I choose you first, number one, it's because I know you for much longer, number one. Mm-hmm. And number two, it's because a lot of things that happen in my business, it's because of you. So again, like I said, this office, this studio was made because of what I did for your business. And I would not be a good businessman if I would not share how my mind works with other people. Like, jealousy doesn't take you anywhere.
No.
I always, when I look at your video, I don't listen to what you say in a sense, because I go past that. I look at what it does to your business, because that's my job. My job is to see what that video is doing to its business.
Yeah.
And I think you really, really excel in that. Like, I give you an example, like Phil's Pizza has 200,000 followers, right? And my opinion is, I look at Phil's Pizza because I think he's hilarious, number one. I also think he's a sweetheart guy, just by the way talking. And I also think that he doesn't want any part of what's going on with this what I'm saying? He doesn't want any part of going on, and that shows maturity on his part. But on the other end, is what he's doing helping his business. He doesn't show no food on there.
No.
He doesn't show no pizza. He doesn't show no food. So it's all about him. It's his personality, which is, I think it's worth 10 times more than his. And I've never been in this place.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth 10 times more. So it depends on what you see. Yeah. Now, everybody trying to imitate him, meaning everybody wants to go viral on their own, like whatever. You cannot be Phil. You understand? No. You got to be you, because Phil is actually him.
Yeah, that's him. Why that's him.
That's why he's famous.
He's doing
like that.
The things he wish he could say to customers but can't. Because,
correct. But business-wise, if he has someone behind him, I'm just saying. I don't know the guy very well, but it will say, "Let's do it," but you got to start to introduce food. Start to introduce. Let's show what you do. Let's see what the pizza looks like, because I've never seen what the pizza actually looks like. If you look at the guy at Crispy Pizza in Brooklyn, they do the old show, but then they show you the pizza. You kind of want to go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to do it with a purpose. So I don't know what's behind its purpose. But again, when I look at social media, I don't look for, the pizza world. I look for, let me study what's going on. And you were one of the person that I actually studied. And that's why I want to have you on a podcast, so we can learn based on your mentality how to actually operate as social media.
I wish it was that in depth, but it's really just
But you listen. You explained it.
My ideas on a
but you explained it.
I will be laying in bed and get an idea, and I'll text my social media girl and say, hey, this is what I want to do, and if it's really crazy, she'll be like, oh, whatever, and then I'm like, no, trust me, and then I'll do it, whatever.
So your social media marketing and budget is just this girl.
I recently hired someone else to add to it, to do more, because I like you said you should focus more on social media. Yeah. And I think I was always like, I could just do my own thing, and really the goal is to just get people in the door. Yeah. But now I think I want to push more social media.
I think you should get paid,
especially with all the TV opportunities I've been getting. Yeah, those are fun. I like to get those. I want to do more.
I'm just saying, I think you should get paid. If someone that has 2,000 followers has the balls to come to a restaurant and ask for a $500 check to eat a food for free, to put a review, how many followers do you have together between Taglio and you?
Between Taglio and me, 50, 60, 70, about 80,000, something
80,000 followers. Yeah. I think
there's a lot of crossover.
I think he should have been paid today.
No,
we got it good.
For you,
we got it good. We got it good. We got it good. We got a freebie.
Yes. I would never charge friends. No. I would never charge other businesses. I always, if you really look deep in my social media, I'm always trying to pick other pizzerias up that I like. So if you see me do a video, I always talk about Tori T. She's amazing. Like her pizza's great, but like just Tori T as a person, fucking
can't wait to meet her. She texts me.
Awesome. She's the funniest. Like, I enjoy talking to her. We have a good laugh all the time. I always talk about John at King Umberto. What he's doing over there is so great, so crazy. Mike's Underground Pizza.
Do you agree?
Huh?
Do you agree?
Do I agree with what?
With what John is doing with Serrata. You like, as a business decision, was it good or bad?
Well, we'll see. Right? I haven't been there, so I don't know. I think, you know what I think? I think John and his brother have two different ways that they want to explore, right? Like, John built that bakery because that's his passion, and like wants to do baked goods, and that's cool as fuck. Like that's awesome. And then his brother, I don't know him too well, but what I could see, he's always in a tuxedo. I think he really enjoys that fine dining aspect, whereas John's more bakery, he's fine dining. So I think they both had a scratch that they needed an itch they needed to scratch, and they did that. And I think they're both going to be successful at doing it. I can't wait to go eat at Serrata, and John's baked goods. I've been going to almost every Sunday. They're fucking great, you know? Him and Luca and all the guys doing stuff over there. It's amazing. You got Mike's Underground Pizza, who has an incredible steakhouse and also makes amazing pizza. Yeah. And his...
the first time...
Sorry, Dario, his cheesesteak is the best on Long Island.
Really? I didn't even know he had a cheesesteak.
So his meat, he has a meat locker, and he has dry-aged prime Ribeye.
Hold on, but how you make money with cheesesteak?
I tried to do steak sandwiches. I took it off the menu.
No, but how you make money?
You don't. You don't. As soon as you put it on Uber and you lose 30%, like.
But forget about Uber. Like how much is just a cheesesteak and Mike on the ground?
When I'm $25, which he must portion. It maybe hits a loss leader for him. I don't know.
I mean, you can make money.
He's using prime dry age. I see him take it out and slice it on the machine and cook it, dude. And he makes his own bread. It's all fantastic. But yes, it's like if you cost everything out,
there's no chance. There's no chance. The way
you can't
the
build
way
your
you're
business,
supposed to do it.
You can't build your business on a steak sandwich.
No. But also the way you're supposed to
unless
do it
you're
is
using
this.
like commodity meat.
You grab the meat, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you use prime rib.
So when I was doing my steak sandwich, I was using prime ribeye, right?
Prime ribeye.
Prime ribeye. And
How much a pound?
I think it was like $13 or $14 a pound, and that was a great price because I did it on a trial version.
Yeah.
Then once you trim all the fat off and all the skin and everything, now that $14 turned into $20, $22 a pound. Okay.
Yeah. Then when you cook it, that's
then
yield.
after you cook it, it comes down, and then you got to put it on bread, and then you got to have the guy make. If you charge anything less than $30, $35 for that, you're losing money every sandwich you sell.
I think $30 is $30 is
even $30 is cheap.
Cheap. What I'm saying, it's not cheap. It's just not an item to put on a menu.
No, because people get, it's too expensive.
Correct.
But like, hey, we're using prime ribeye and this and that.
Yeah.
You know, but to each his own. If that's how.
No, I know. Without consumable, for anybody that is listening that wants to do like a price, like cost what it costs your ingredients with the yield, then grab that number, multiply by 5.26, and that's without considering paper consumable. And that should give you the price that you should sell this item for.
Yeah.
If you see that it's out of the market, then it's either you got to change your ingredients or do something different.
Like I'd much rather go viral for having a really good
regular
pie, or having a chicken sandwich. You know,
affordable.
Than having a super luxury item.
No, I know. Listen, I'd rather go viral. Doesn't matter with what.
Yeah,
as long as you go viral, it doesn't matter what. Because people
viral.
that buy the cheesesteak, they go buy pizza, they buy bologna, they buy something else.
Yeah.
So I see it. I just think $25. I think it's super cheap, especially if you put like a pound of steak in it.
Yeah, no,
it's like
it doesn't
cheap.
make sense.
It should
And
be
then,
$35.
and then you put it on Uber, and then like you sell it online, then forget about it. Then you really lost money. So,
All right.
smart businessmen need to do smart businessmen things.